Hey guys, welcome to Starring Stormy, the show starring your girl. Y'all, I'm sorry this video is so late. Like, I have been working like a maniac. Like, I've been working so much, there's hardly any time in the day for myself. I haven't made a video this week, so this will be my first video this week. And like I said, I've been working a lot, and I didn't realize how hard it is to manage a channel by yourself. It's a lot more work than it was when I wasn't handling a channel by myself. And then also with my work schedule, I'm just always freaking working and I never have time to record. And if I have time to record, I never have time to edit. So I'm just trying to balance all that stuff out. And when I get it all figured out, I promise you guys I will be on a schedule that will be intact, professional, punctual, consistent, okay? But from the title of this video, so many people have been asking me, how do I become a flight attendant? What is it like being a flight attendant? How do I get an interview to be a flight attendant? Career questions. And so today I wanted to make a video specifically for my career and how you guys can land a job as a flight attendant. Well, I'm not going to promise you anything, but how I landed a job as a flight attendant, and hopefully from my experience I can help you. First things first, some wine. Y'all, I froze my wine. My wine is in there frozen, and I was like, I just want a glass of wine. I forgot to take it out the freezer. Okay. So, how did I get into becoming a flight attendant? I was watching a girl on YouTube who's actually a flight attendant, and she does flight attendant vlogs. So, she vlogs her life as a flight attendant. That's just what her channel was about. It's not about anything else pretty much besides her life as a flight attendant. And her name's Ashley. I'll try to put her channel below. And during the time I had just graduated college, which was last December, I was confused about what I wanted to do next. Yeah, I wanted to be a journalist, but I felt like I wasn't ready, or I wasn't skinny enough, or I'm not beautiful enough. All of these insecure ass questions that I really should have not even questioned myself, because, but that's beside the point. So, yeah, I was watching her flight attendant vlogs, and I was like, man, I really want to travel. I don't want to have a set schedule. I want to be all over the place. I want to do my own thing. I want to meet new people. I want to always be in the scene or whatever. So I want to have my own schedule, travel the world, all this kind of stuff. So I was like, I want to look into being a flight attendant. But I was talking to somebody at the time who was like, you can't be a flight attendant. It's hard to get that job. Good luck with that. And when she said that, I was like, do you know who I am? Do you know who you're talking to? Really, it was her comment that challenged me to become a flight attendant. I probably would have applied to some jobs, some airlines or whatever. But after she made that comment, I was like, I got to become a flight attendant now. Hold on, I'm about to sit down. Ugh, okay. So, yeah, after she made that comment, I was like, oh, I have to become a flight attendant now. You will not tell me what I can and cannot do, boo. I'm about to show you. So, I started applying for airlines. And, like, some people, if you're the type of person who was like, oh, I can only work for this airline or this airline, and if not, I don't want to do it. Okay, well, that's fine, boo. You do you. At the time, I didn't care what airline I worked for. So I applied for like 15 different airlines. I just went crazy with applications. And some airlines require you to do a video interview. The questions are like automated questions already. And then you just answer on the video like this. Let's just say the question said, why do you want to become a flight attendant? You would answer, hi, my name is Stormy Sample. I live in Dallas, Texas, and I recently graduated college. I want to become a flight attendant because I love to travel. Which that's a cliche answer, so maybe you should say something different. But I love to travel. I want to travel the world and experience new cultures. I am from a small town, and it just seems like an awesome opportunity to be able to travel the world and fulfill my dreams. Okay, that would be basically how a video interview will go. And then if you make it past the video interview, they'll do a phone interview with you. And then if you make it past the phone interview, they'll do an in-person interview, one-on-one, or a group interview where they invite other people to come and do that. And that's how some airlines do it. Mainly older airlines, like the big ones like Delta, Southwest, those. Okay, and then you have other ones who just do hiring events where they just have a whole bunch of people come to the hiring event and they just do group interviews and personal interviews and all that stuff the same day, which I personally I enjoy more. But I've done both. So I got hired for 3 different airlines. And the reason why I chose my current airline, which by popular demand is like weird, but the reason why I chose this airline was because the environment was very friendly. The airline was very diverse. There were just all different types of flight attendants from sizes, ages, races. There was just a vast variety. And when I went to the interview, which was a group interview, so there were like 600 people there that day, it was just an uplifting experience and environment. Like, the people were very happy. We were dancing, we were having fun, we were meeting new people. It was just a really nice environment. So that's why I chose this airline after I got hired. But I did get hired for 2 other airlines as well. I was gonna go with one that is a major carrier, a big airline. And the reason why I didn't choose them was because, for one, I'd be getting paid a little bit less than I do at my current airline. And I just didn't feel the environment was as, like fresh and young and inviting as the one that I work for now. So that's why I chose the current airline that I work for. And I'm actually very happy that I made that decision, because over the last year, which I got hired a year ago this month, it has been a great experience. And I'm trying to make this video as efficient and quick as possible. So that's why I'm probably talking fast. So you guys want to apply, if you really want to be a flight attendant, apply for more than one airline. They're not always hiring year round. Some only hire in the spring, some only hire in the fall. So just make sure that you're paying attention to when they're hiring and that you apply every single time. There's so many candidates trying to be a flight attendant that they don't always have time to look at your application. They may not get to you. So it's up to you to make sure that you're consistently applying and that you're making yourself stick out from the other candidates. Like, that's the one thing that I say is kind of difficult about becoming a flight attendant. Like, you have to stick out, and you can't be like nervous or shy or anything like that, because you have to be like, I want this job. They need responsible adults, and they need people who are going to take their job very seriously to do this job. So when you're applying, you got to make sure that you're both of those things. You're responsible and you're very persistent with making your dreams come true. Oh, this was another reason why I chose my current airline. I would be based at home in Dallas. The other 2 airlines that I applied for, I was going to be based in Baltimore for one, and the other I was going to be based in New York. And I just personally wanted to be based at home, so like I can actually come home. At the time, I didn't have any money to like get an apartment before I was hired or anything like that. So for me, it was important that I came home, and I didn't want to commute, like take a plane to work just to work from that airport, because if you're based somewhere, you have to be at that base when it's time for you to go to work. So I didn't want to have to commute. That was not gonna be, I didn't care about it enough to do that. So I was based in Dallas, love the airlines, love the people. It was a perfect fit for me. So I chose to be with my current airline. So when you go to the interview, whether it's a face-to-face interview by yourself for the first time, or whether it's a group interview at a hiring event, you want to look professional, and you want to look like you're a flight attendant already. They want to see how you would look in the part. They want to see your body shape, which is important because you have to be able to fit in the jump seat, which is the flight attendant seat in the front or the back of the plane. You want to be able to sit in that. They want to see that you are attentive, that you're not so shy that you won't speak up, that you won't put someone in their place if necessary, and that you can control a plane. If there's an emergency, you will be the one who have to handle the emergency, whether it's a medical emergency, whether it's a breach of the flight deck emergency, which is like someone trying to control the plane, like 9/11. Whether it's any of those things, you have to be in control. So they're looking for people who can handle all of those things. So when you're at the interview process, you can't be like this. they're not going to hire you for that, because they're not looking for people like that. They're looking for people like, hi, I am, you know, I'm out there, I'm happy, I'm excited, I command attention when I walk in the room, and I'm ready to make this job happen. They're looking for those type of people. So make sure when you're at the interview process that you come with that attitude. Despite seeing all these hundreds of people and getting nervous and all this other stuff, you have to be one of those people who demand attention. Out of 600 people at my hiring event, 100 got hired. So 500 people got denied that day, but I just had to make sure that I came to Florida, I came to this interview, I'm not leaving without a job, okay? I'm getting this job. That's really how I felt that day, because I had spent a lot of money and stuff to be there. So I just made sure that I was getting this job. Like I said, look presentable. Wear something that is, I did like a lot of research. Wear black. I prefer to wear black. You need to wear business professional or business casual. It can be business casual, but business professional I think is more appropriate for the situation. But I was wearing business casual. I had on some black boots, some tights, and a black dress that day. And I had, what did I have? I was wearing a wig. I wasn't wearing braids. But it doesn't matter. Make sure that your hair is pulled back. Like, this is perfectly fine. My hair isn't in my face. But look and see what airline that you're applying for. Look and see their criteria for the flight attendants. If their flight attendants' hair have to be up in a ponytail, obviously for the interview, that's how you need to wear your hair, in a ponytail or a bun. If your airlines is laid back like mine and your hair can be down, then obviously it's fine to just wear it down. Just make sure that it's pushed completely out your face. That's step number 1. Number 2 is wear red lipstick. I always encourage red lipstick. I always encourage red lipstick. Even when I was in training, like our trainers will be like, just if you don't feel like wearing makeup today, just put on some red lipstick, but you need to look like something. So I encourage you to wear red lipstick for your interview process. It's just something about red that just gets the attention. You smile really bright, and yay. So wear red lipstick. Pearls. I did wear pearls because I watched a lot of videos about flight attendants. So yeah, wear pearls. Honestly, I think it's important. You can wear like small hoops, definitely not these, like really small hoops, but I would prefer to wear pearls. It's more appropriate. Make sure your resume stands out, y'all. Look, my picture was at the top of this resume. Like, I wanted mine to stick out. Like, I want you to know who I am whenever I walk in this room. I need you to know that my stuff stands out. I'm not here to look like everyone else. I'm here to shine, okay? So, I'm not saying you have to put a picture on your resume. I'm not saying that, but I did get a lot of compliments from my resume, and I put a lot of thought into my resume. I'm going to read you guys my cover letter, just a little piece of it. Also, bring a cover letter. A lot of people just bring a resume. No, bring a cover letter and a resume. Bring them both. You need both, okay? Success in the world of aviation requires perseverance, profit-driven focus, and exceptional interpersonal skills. As an experienced professional with a strong history of managing client relations and hospitality, I stand in a prime position to significantly contribute to your objectives as your next flight attendant. Man, why did I write this? This is professional. Following are my highlights of my qualifications. Anyways, yeah, I put a lot of thought into this, and I really did take my time with these. So you need a really nice resume and cover letter, and you need to stick out. Some people spray it with perfume to smell like them and do all this other stuff. Yeah, that's not necessary. They don't care about perfume on your resume. They care about what your resume say, and they care about how you present your resume. So after I went through the group interview for my interview process and all that stuff, when I finally got to one-on-one interview, which was that same day, he was just like, I want to ask you some questions, but your resume is so well lit and written out, I can't even say anything, can't even ask you any questions. He had me read an insert from the demo, which is the demonstration in the beginning, which is your seatbelt should be securely worn around your hips. To fasten your seatbelt, insert the metal buckle into the tip until it clicks. Pull on the, okay, so yeah. So that part, he had me read that. You have to read it very professionally, out loud. You know, don't try to like, don't overdo yourself and don't start stumbling over the words and getting nervous. Just read it with confidence. So after you get hired, you are required to go to training for either between 4 to 8 weeks, depending on which airlines you get hired for. My training was 4 weeks. It was in Florida. So I spent a month in Florida learning how to become a flight attendant, going to class, testing over becoming a flight attendant. Go through that process of the training, pass the training, and then you're finally a flight attendant after that. Yay! What else? So when you first get hired, you'll be on reserve, which just basically means that you're on call. Your airlines might be on call 24/7. Your airlines might be on call for 12 hours a day. My airlines, I'm on call for 12 hours a day. So from 7 till 5, is that 10 hours? I don't know. Whatever time that is. From 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., I'm on call. If they call me between those hours, I have 2 hours to get to the airport and to fly out. I don't know where I'll be flying, and I'll be going up to 4 days depending on where I'm going and where they send me. And that's just how my schedule works. It's very unpredictable. It's very spontaneous. And you just got to be ready to go when they call you. And then... what else? I'm trying to think. Some questions that I was getting asked. Your first year, you probably won't get paid as like a whole lot of money. Like this year, I didn't make a lot of money at all. But, you know, I've traveled. I met a lot of cool people. And my pay, I've already gotten 2 raises since I've been there. And it will go up again after my recurrent training. So that's kind of nice. I'm definitely not going to be a flight attendant too much longer, just because I have been doing my research on infertility and miscarriages, and I found out that the exposure of radiation that we're exposed to does cause a lot of miscarriages in the first trimester. And I also learned that a lot of my classmates have been trying to get pregnant, can't get pregnant, have had a lot of miscarriages. And yeah, we could say because we're women and that happens, but after doing my own research online, plus interviewing and asking people myself, I have found out that the exposure of radiation that we are exposed to probably had something to do with why I miscarried. And I love being a flight attendant. I like being a flight attendant, but I want to be a mom more than I want to be a flight attendant, just straight up. So it's not something that I would do forever. But if you don't want to have kids, or even if you do want to have kids and you don't want to really be there every day for them or whatever, like you don't want to be present every day, like you're okay with being gone 3 or 4 days at a time, then this career is great. There's a lot of moms who can do that. But me personally, I don't want to have to live that life. I'm also already getting tired of being in the air a lot and living out of my suitcase and sleeping in hotel rooms. I'm getting tired of that life. For me, it was great. It was a great run. I feel like it was great that I tried it, but I am starting to feel like, you know, it's a really lonely career. It's like being a truck driver in the sky. And these are just my personal cons to being a flight attendant. But by all means, if you still want to do it for a little while, or even if you still want to do it, don't let my cons discourage you from applying. But I'm just telling you guys some stuff that I wish I would have known beforehand. And even if I would have known these things, I probably still would have applied. But yeah, living out of a suitcase is getting annoying. I'm tired of living out of hotels. They do pay for your hotel rooms. Because someone said, do you have to pay? No, you don't have to pay for your own hotel rooms. They are paid for. But I am getting tired of the rooms not being up to par with the cleanliness that I like, or just feeling like I have to always take I shower in flip-flops in hotel rooms. I'm one of those people who are like very cautious of like cleanliness. So I personally am very like self-conscious about those things. Like it needs to be super clean. And most of the time they're tired just like we are. So they're going to have clean the housekeepers. And then you're left to being like, is this clean? Is this clean? I don't know. What's clean? So I'm tired of that. Like I said, it's a lonely career. You are traveling a lot. And you may have crews that are friendly, but you're never traveling with the same people for the most part. You're always traveling with different people. I've flown with the same girl. I've flown with her 3 times before. But that's only in the whole year that I've been there, I've flown with the same person 3 times once. And so, yeah, like you are traveling with different flight attendants every single time. So some of them don't want to talk. Some of them don't want to be as social. Some of them don't want to go outside their hotel room after they land. Some of them just want to sleep, or they brought their own food. They don't want to go to dinner or any of those things. So it's kind of a lonely career. You're by yourself a lot. It's like being a truck driver. You know, truck drivers don't talk to a lot of people. They're gone for a long time. They make good money, but they don't really like live with other people. They have to live by themselves, and you're sacrificing, I think personally, I feel that you're sacrificing a lot of time with other people for your career. You know, people on planes, they're just trying to get somewhere. They're not, you know, they're just trying to get home. For this career, you kind of just gotta want to be the type of person who just wants to just go. Like, if you just want to go, you just want to just do something different, something completely off the radar, most people never heard of, or just something crazy, or you don't want kids, you don't want a family, you want to be alone, you just want to travel. This is a great career for people like that. Seriously, like, there's a lot of my coworkers who are those kind of people, and they've been doing this for 20 plus years and they love it. I have some friends who are flight attendants who have been doing this for 20 years, and they have kids, they have a husband, but they've still been doing this. You do get a lot of time off. Like, out of the month, I get like a week and a half to 2 weeks off. So with that being said, that's more than a traditional job. A traditional job, you're going to have Saturday and Sunday off, you know, 2 days a week. So with this job, you get way more than 2 days a week off, but it's not split up like 2 days a week. You're going to get 4 days off here, 4 days on, 4 days off, something like that. So you are at home more with your kids and with your family, but the way that it's broken down, I feel like you miss a lot. Like, you're gone for 4 days. In those 4 days, your kid could have started walking or whatever. So I don't know, for me personally, but there are some flight attendants who love it, and they love, they're okay with that. They're okay with being gone for 4 days, and their husbands still enjoy it and all that kind of stuff. So you still can be married and still have a successful career as a flight attendant, and have kids and stuff. I think I covered everything. But if you guys have any questions about my career as a flight attendant, please leave it in the comments below. I'll answer any questions. I'm an open book when it comes to my career. I guess not pay, honestly, because I don't want to talk about how much I get paid. I can tell you how much you will eventually get paid. You can get paid. If you stay in an airline long enough, you'll be making 6 figures. You definitely will. But I'm not making 6 figures right now, obviously. Obviously. Your girl is broke. I wish I was making 6 figures, because I clearly would already have started building my tiny house. But anyways, yeah. So, yeah, you can start making up to 6 figures. If you guys have any questions for me, please leave it in the comments below, and I'll make sure that I'll answer them in the comments, because I'm probably not going to make a part 2, but I may make a part 2 if I get so many questions. What else? Oh, let me know in the comments, what do you want to see from me next? Like, I have so many different ideas for videos and stuff, but I just want to know, what do you guys want to see from me? I know some people say they want to see more vlogs, and I can do more vlogging. Just let me know what you want to see. Yeah, that's about it. Alright, y'all, I will see you guys in my next video. Until then, see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.
I like my girl just like I like my honey. Sweet, little selfish. I like my women like I like my money. Green, little jealous.